Mic tape.
The mic has checked back. Everything is kawa. I already set everything up.
Damn!
Bro.
This is what we came for.
Alright, welcome to another episode of the Fairly Odd Men podcast. I'm your host, Tisma. It's my co-host, Seth. And today we are on with a long-time friend of mine, John Paul, Banadda, aka Banz, aka Banzigidi,
Banadda.
aka Banzigi Bam Bam.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the podcast, man.
Thanks, man. How have you been?
You know Uganda is, man.
I know.
Everybody is hustling.
Okay.
But we take the liquor. I was impressed. Uganda is like number 2 in the world after Seychelles.
What's your sauce?
Consumption. Trust me, bro. That's my sauce.
What stats are those?
We consume the most alcohol in the world.
Based on what stats?
After Seychelles.
Seychelles can't be top, man.
I think
It's a small place, though.
Seychelles.
So it could be top.
it could be top. It's a small place.
Anyway, yeah,
It's an island, isn't it?
Yeah, we're still in per capita.
It's an island, so probably all the people coming off the ships and boats are just bringing all the liquor, and everybody just gets wasted, and they're like, "I'll probably swim my life away."
Plus it, I think it gets out of tourists, so
Yeah.
that maybe contributes. Anyway, we're away from Seychelles.
All right.
Banz.
Mm-hmm.
Banz has been out of the country for quite a while.
Sometime,
Yeah.
not quite a while.
Yeah. So, how do you find, has anything in Uganda changed since you've been gone? It's the same old shit.
I would say a lot of things have changed. I've seen a lot of, I would say, improved roadways. I was actually impressed. I expected some of those roads to still be like Maram with potholes and all of that, but I found them with tarmac, and it was good. An upgrade is always a good thing. And the other thing were the traffic lights. I noticed there were a lot of traffic lights that have been installed in different locations. And then, most impressive is the traffic camera system that captures all the vehicles that have traffic offenses. Yeah, it's funny because I rented a vehicle, and it had been rented by someone else last year, and I'm on Massacre Road, and then suddenly I'm being flagged down by a traffic officer, and I'm just wondering. I'm like, what did I do? I was confused. I was perplexed. So I pulled over. I spoke to the officer, and this is what he tells me. "Oh, you're driving a dirty car." And I'm like, "Officer, what do you mean? I just washed this car." And he's like, "No."
Just watch that car.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, there's a ticket on this car." He just hands me a ticket, and I'm like, "Okay, well, this is not my name." It had a completely different name. I won't mention the name, but it had a completely different name from like the time when I wasn't even in the country. So I'm like, "Yeah, officer, this is not my doing." So unfortunately, I can't do anything about this. It's like, "Oh, okay, well, we're going to take the number plates." I'm like, "I'm sorry, but maybe we should, talk to the owner of the vehicle so they can explain further."
Yeah.
Anyway, the issue was resolved,
Yeah.
and I got to keep my license plate. So
But what about your permit? Is it still like valid in Uganda?
well, I do believe I have it on good authority that you can drive in Uganda with
With the passport from where you are? From where
with
you're
a driving permit from
Where?
abroad. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
Actually, this morning I got pulled over again by a traffic officer, and they asked for my permit, and I showed it to them, and they had no issues. So, yeah, I
You know,
believe.
the good thing with like that one, there is no way the guy can check if it's legit or not.
Of course,
Yeah, actually.
they just have to swallow.
If I forge like a Kenyan permit, like the guy can't check, is it legit? Is it like, he just tells.
Yeah, of course. They just have to believe What can they do, right?
But has the size
But-
of Ugandan girls' nyash changed?
Oh, that's another thing.
Yeah, it's
Have
same old good stuff.
What do you mean?
It's the size of nyash.
What?
Big bam bam.
Well, to be fair, I wasn't
Everything
really.
nice, everything.
I wasn't
thin,
really
crisp.
keeping records of the sizes.
Yeah.
I wasn't really keeping records of the sizes, but it's the girls are still beautiful like they were before. It's just you just obviously when you're dealing with people, you just have to keep your head on a swivel and be smart because people out there are not healthy. Some people are healthy, some people are not. So if you're looking for girls,
Eat what? Eat carefully.
you have to be smart.
You have to be smart.
Yeah, and safe. Yeah.
You know what's weird is for you feel like the roads have improved. I don't know which roads you've been driving on.
Well,
Because the roads are really horrible. They suck for sure.
well, I believe that if you're in a place for some time and you haven't been away for that long, then you may not notice those changes happen because they are gradual. So for someone who has been away for some time and then you return, you will notice those changes because by the time you left, they weren't there. So then when you see them, even if they are 2 years old and you've been away for 10 years, then you will see that as a change because it will be different from what you left.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my perspective at least.
I
I
see.
think I agree with your perspective.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a good time around. I hope you're taking good care of.
And you're being smart.
You're being smart.
Oh yeah, I don't have to be smart because I mean, when it comes to girls, I don't have to be smart because I have a girlfriend. So yeah,
Damn.
yeah, I'm
Not
content.
cheating, eh?
No.
You're a very good, faithful black man.
So is the girlfriend?
Oh.
The girlfriend is like from abroad.
She's Kenyan.
She's Kenyan.
Yeah, but we'll leave it at that. I don't think she. I don't think she would want to be as much of this conversation as I'm trying to like.
I know.
but-
Kenyan chicks are fun.
Yeah, but she's a loving woman.
That's what we need.
Yeah, caring and loving. So I'm happy.
Do Kenyans do that thing of introduction, kuchara, and all that thing we do in Uganda? Do you find it so odd that we will do all these functions? Then
I believe every culture has their system of dealing with marital ceremonies.
Yes.
There are things that you definitely have to do. It may not be exactly the same, but it will be somewhat similar. All of us being from, I believe, from Africa. Yeah, those ceremonies are somewhat similar in a way.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as you embrace it, then you can handle it.
I can't wait to have a good time on your function. That's if I'm even invited.
I'll say one thing I remember about Banz, even since like campus, even school, like man, Banz always he takes care of his women. Like if you're dating Banz,
Let's not just say women. That makes it sound like
okay.
it makes it sound like I usually have multiple at a time.
No.
Like what I mean is like that's why I said if you're dating Banz, like Banz will be like he's a loyal guy.
You actually shared a room with him at campus, right?
The rest of it, no, we didn't. But we're in the same hall.
Oh, you're in the
Same hall of
It
residence.
was the
Same
next
hall with
room.
you.
I was the other side. But yeah, I think it was in the next
It was
room.
the same hall.
Yeah, it was
It was
the next
joint.
room.
Yeah.
But
All those campus times.
While the rest of us were hoeing. Okay, let me not say hoeing.
Okay.
While the rest of us were,
Having a little bit too much fun.
having a little bit too much fun.
Yeah.
Banz was loyal. But
Well, those things can break your heart. They can make your heart or break it. So you take a risk and see if there's a reward.
has your heart ever been broken?
Definitely.
Well, so
No, it happens. It's part of life. It's just
how did
it's
you
like
get over that shit?
it's like a metamorphosis. You go through a stage, life happens, you hurt, and then eventually you move on.
I
and
don't
you-
know, like heartbreaks are like something very serious. I'd be like, these guys are just whatever.
You know?
Oh, so it has
I
happened to you
took-
before.
No, it hasn't. No, but I talked to someone,
Yeah.
Just like a hard guy.
And yeah.
You ain't shit.
Anyways, I was talking to this chick, and she was telling me about how she's been heartbroken before.
Mm.
And like the way she described it, she said she was really, really feeling pain.
It's
Like-
emotional. It's very emotional.
Yeah.
It's a lot of emotional pain. Yeah.
The pressure was getting worse.
She was really feeling good.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I personally believe that the best way to repair a heartbreak is to just
Better.
distract yourself the best way that you know how.
Yeah, but eventually you have to
Like distract yourself, like beat the meat or.
No. Just to, for example, I personally like enjoy sports. So as a distraction, I would engage in sports.
Do lots of rugby.
Keep more engaged in sports, and then just take my mind off whatever broke my heart or whoever.
You're actually a very good rugby player.
No.
Yesterday, you were a very
Let's
good
not
rugby player.
Let's not exaggerate.
let's not exaggerate. Let's call a spade a spade. I was average.
Okay.
I was average, so let's call it that.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to be sincere with myself because I know. Well, when it comes to tackling, yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Just like tackling, like,
yeah, I'm a defensive player naturally, so yeah, so I was average in general. Yeah,
Okay.
I know there were definitely people on the team that were better than me, and I looked up to them.
Were you on the team that won the? What trophies did you guys win? Your team.
There were a lot of tournaments. There were a lot of tournaments that we went to, and
Nationals,
some of them we never
sevens.
won. Some of them we were like runners up,
Yeah.
and some of them we won. For example, when we went to Mbarara for that tournament, was that Word of Life or was it a different one? Regardless.
East Africans, you were
East
beaten
African.
in the semis.
Yeah, by Hannah.
Yes, by Hannah.
Yeah,
And I think you were overall third or fourth.
I can't seem to recall. It's been a while. It's been like what?
I was there too in that tournament.
It's been like 11 years now.
This guy was playing.
I got speared.
Jesus, it almost seems like a lifetime ago. 11 years.
Yeah,
So didn't you play for Impis?
2010. Yeah, I played for Impis.
Yes, did you play for Impis at the same time as this nigga?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah, we
I
did.
remembered, yeah.
We did.
Kind of same time, yeah.
With Danny, with who else? Kasule.
People like Katuntu, and then what was his name? The
Serogo.
guy who never leaves the team.
Henry.
No, there's that old guy who's short, but he's like he's muscular on the upper back. Anto, I think it's called Anto.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony.
The old guy who is massive.
No, that guy he has been there for a really long time. I can assure you.
I wonder how old
and
he
he's
is.
so conditioned. Eh?
I wonder how old he is.
I don't know. Maybe he lost the team.
I think 33, 34.
Yeah, but those are some of the people that I remember from the team.
I'm shocked you didn't play when you got,
Used to
when you
play.
left the country.
Um,
Because I felt like stuff is supposed to be like way better.
well, the
The guys complain all the time because there's no allowances, no what, no nothing. And I thought you had a chance, and this time you could do it.
the dynamics are very different when you try to play abroad. For example, abroad, a team will want you to pay just to be part of the team.
You pay the
You
team.
pay a membership fee to be part of the team. Compared to Uganda, you're paid to be part of the team. So thinking about that, when you've gone over there to,
making sense.
it wasn't making financial sense,
Yeah.
and it
You're
wasn't
going to hustle until now you're paying.
exactly. So meanwhile, you're hustling to pay your regular bills, and then now you have to pay for membership just to enjoy a sport that you just do for leisure.
Right.
It's not financially economical, so I decided not to play. I stuck to lawn tennis because it's my other alternative that
I used to play tennis as well.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
you still play. Huh?
when I get time, yeah. Yeah, but rugby just sort of like, yeah, I still enjoy it. When I get a chance, I play, but usually I don't get a chance to play when I come here.
But I think-
Over there, I don't really have the time because of work. The schedules just toss you around, and then eventually, you, as a person, you have to be self-aware and realize, sacrifice some things so you can get other things.
Yeah, that's actually what life is all about.
Yeah.
Sacrifice.
So you have to know your priorities. If you know your priorities, then that's what you're going to focus on, and then all the other things are just going to be miscellaneous.
You know, like when you talk about sacrifice, I've been listening to a few people, like watching like podcasts, lectures, and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was watching a guy, professor, explaining, like talking about the Bible,
Yeah.
but like how did you call it? Like the significance of the Bible in shaping human life. Because you know they say the Bible is like a collection of like so many texts. Like you've heard those things of say that some of the stories from the Bible were stolen like from what ancient Egypt, what some stuff like that.
Really?
Okay, there is that jazz, but that's what I'm trying to drive at. What I'm saying is like it's like a collection of texts, whether it's edited, whether it's what. The whole point is that it does what? It provides a guide to life. Get it? It provides a guide to life for human beings.
Yeah.
So when it came to sacrifice, he said the Bible actually has so many like references to sacrificing in order to get what you want. So like one of the earliest stories, like really actually in the beginning, the Cain and Abel story,
Yeah.
where you remember they were sacrificing. God would like Abel's sacrifice, and he didn't like what
Cain's sacrifice, yeah.
And he would
And
say
Cain,
Cain's sacrifice is not worthy.
and then
Or
Cain
something
killed.
like that. Then Cain killed
Abel,
Abel eventually. So
yeah.
that story is like showing you that what does God mean when he says it's not worthy? Maybe you've not sacrificed enough, or you've not put in out of work, or what. But the whole point of that is to get where you are. I mean, to get somewhere that you desire to be, somewhere good. You need to sacrifice something.
Oh,
You need
yeah.
to sacrifice maybe a good time in the club. Or you may need to sacrifice certain money. You may need to sacrifice some whatever.
Co-curricular activities, yeah.
Yeah, things like that.
Yeah.
So that's it. Like you need to sacrifice.
That's just how life is, yeah. Unfortunately, you can't have it all.
And
Yeah.
actually, even the story of Abel and Adam and Eve, when they said they ate the forbidden fruit and then they became aware. Like they did
Of
this.
their nudity.
Yeah, they became aware of their nudity. They realized like the thing was when they were in the Garden of Eden, everything was there, food. They were chilling, no working.
They didn't feel any guilt.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
feeling anything. Like because they weren't worried about the future.
Yeah.
But when they ate the forbidden fruit, now they are what? They're now aware that shit, tomorrow may be what?
Hard.
This food may not be there tomorrow. So that's when now God tells them you're going to toil and work.
Sweat for the
Sweat
food.
for
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah.
You get it? Because now they know that tomorrow is not assured. And when God chases them out of the Garden of Eden, chases them out of paradise, and he locks it with two angels. And in order to go back, you have to go through those angels. So those angels literally represent the what you go through, the suffering, in order to reach whatever your paradise is.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
your
believe you're right.
paradise
Yeah.
is.
Makes sense.
So basically, he was talking about the psychological significance of the Bible. That is.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot to learn from the Bible.
The perspectives are different, and the interpretation is also different.
Depending on who you ask or who
Yeah.
you talk to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I actually found myself reading the Bible more now.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, it's crazy.
Yeah. True.
So anyway, that is it. So what is it like? Like you left Uganda quite a while back. I'm not going to ask you like specifics, like for you, but like for a should I say a black man, when in the, like, okay, not a black man, maybe, okay, someone who like has just come, like you have
A person of color.
no, not a person of color,
An immigrant.
an immigrant, yes, like someone who has just come, you have no, I don't know if you had connections or like you just, how, like, what's it like, man, that journey to try and set yourself up?
To be honest, it all depends on how you've been able to make it abroad. If so, are you asking? Just to clarify, are you asking what it's like for someone to survive, or what experience the person is gonna have, or
Yeah, more experience.
Okay, I'm sure when you went there, like you weren't looking just to survive. Surviving means, until tomorrow, then we shall see. But I know you were looking like to establish yourself, make something of yourself, right? So if that is your goal, to make something of yourself, what is,
Oh,
Where the shortcomings and all.
well, if you're trying to make something of yourself and you've gone abroad, depending on the support system that you have, if you're going solo and it's maybe, let's say you're the first person in your family to go over there, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard because you're going to get exposed to all these new things that will test you, but then they'll make you too. They'll make you in a way that you will see how hard things are, and then you will treasure that money that you make because you will have sweated for it. Nothing is easy. Even when you go abroad, people tend to have that misconception that, oh yeah, when you're abroad, you have money. No, it's not like that. Let's just say Canada is a Uganda in its own way, but in a different way as well. Because Canada has homeless people. Canada has people who are ill. Canada has people like low income earners. It has
like any society.
like any society, yeah. It has its problems. So obviously nobody's going to tell you that, oh yeah, people here are homeless, some people are suffering. Everybody's going to tell you about the good things that are happening there, so you can go there. But what you have to understand is that nothing comes easy. So when you go there, you just have to brace yourself and know that you're going to work your ass off to get where you want to get. So if you're not ready for that, it's you're going to end up coming back here. You're going to end up coming back to Uganda, or you're going to end up getting over there, and then you see how hard life is. You either end up being a criminal or engaging with people who will brainwash you and promise you quick money. That's what happens if you go with that mindset that, oh yeah, I'm going to get money quick.
Sell some crack.
Things like that. You'll get involved in that. If you're looking for quick money, abroad is the wrong place to go.
But I think anywhere, really.
Anywhere. If you're looking for quick money, it's not the way to go. Because I had to go back to school for 4 years after going to university here for 3 years. So that's 7 years of post-secondary.
Damn.
Yeah, so it wasn't an easy decision, but I knew that if I wanted to make something of myself, that's what I had to do. That's the sacrifice I had to make. I had to make sacrifice of going to school when I'm a little bit older. I'm not saying there are not people who are not older than me who have gone to school, but for me as a person, it was hard. But I did what I had to do. I went back to school.
Was that high school? I mean college?
Yeah, so I went to college. I did a diploma, and then I did a degree. Yeah, so it's
All that in 4 years.
all that in 4 years. So the degree was in the same field as the diploma. So pretty much, yeah, it was a bridging program. First 2 years of the degree are pretty much the years of the diploma. So that is just transferred into the degree. Then you just go to the third year.
Continue.
Yeah. So you have to just be smart about that. It's quite the experience because it will test you. It will test you. There'll be a lot of temptations. There'll be a lot of things that will look like this is quick money. You can get it, but if you're smart and you know what you want, and you know the people that are relying on you for support, you will make the right decisions. and no man is an island. So you gotta, if you have people that you have a support system and people that you can rely on, you can always ask them. It's always good to ask them.
Yeah, it's actually, that's one of the things I've learned growing up.
Yeah, because they know, they've been through that stuff, so they'll tell you.
Yeah, that it's oh, that's why it's crazy, but like how when they say respect your elders, you grow up, they tell you respect your elders, respect your elders, respect your elders.
Yeah.
Like
When you're young, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, when you're young, it didn't, but when you grow up and you go through some shit, you're like,
yeah, it's that's how you see the essence of that. That's when you realize that, oh, this is what it actually meant, because they've gone through stuff and they have the experience, so it makes them wiser in a way. Yeah, not everybody has that wisdom, but obviously as a smart person you pick and choose who you get advice from.
You listen to them, but you don't have to take the advice all the time.
Exactly. You just sift through what makes sense to you or what seems reasonable.
Right.
But you know,
Yeah.
Banz,
Yeah.
between you and I, off the record, tell me about white women. Are they like very good women? Just tell me, are they good women?
Good is a very broad term.
I don't know, man. I mean, sexually, man.
I wouldn't know sexually because
You didn't know.
I haven't had that experience with them.
And the kitchen?
Kitchen, it depends how someone was raised. They could be, as long as they were raised in a home where they were taught how to cook, they could be doing a good job. If they were raised in a home whereby they ate out all the time, they bought food every time,
But
you get what you pay
yeah,
for,
but
right?
I understand, like, it's
Not
hard
like-
for you to, like, make a comment on this shit because, you know, your hands are tied.
No, I'll say it as it is, right? If someone was raised in a home where they were taught how to cook, they'll be good cooks.
But
Even here.
I mean, like, sexually, like, you cannot tell me if a white woman is, like, so good or has, like, done you so good. 'Cause you cannot tell me, like, you can't.
I mean,
it's hard.
I can't tell you what I haven't experienced.
I mean, like, there's tons of white women on a speed dial.
That's what it may appear.
Yeah. But you're a good man, you know.
No, but it's like what you're talking about. Because I had like that side there. For example, their sexual assault laws are like really, really strong, right? So,
Yeah, but that doesn't stop you
yeah,
from
it doesn't stop you, but
like talking to someone and maybe I don't know, planning out something if that's what your intention is. Yeah, you could you do things the right way.
yeah, exactly.
And you get what you want, right? But
No, but my point.
You just
what
have
I
to-
was- what I was trying to say was, let's
Yeah.
say, for example, if she does what? What can I say? Misunderstands. You know, and
You'll get in big trouble.
things escalate very fast.
Get in big
it's
trouble.
possible.
Yeah.
It's possible. That's why we go back to that aspect of being careful.
Yeah, the rules tend to be really harsh. On
You have to
black
choose.
man.
You have to choose your words and actions wisely. It's simple. You approach someone, you ask them out, they say they're not interested, you move on. If you persist,
That's a
And
problem.
another problem,
That's where the
problem
issue comes
now
in.
with Uganda, like we're used to the Ugandan thing.
people
Well,
think
if you-
girls are playing hard to get, eh?
You remember like at Canvas? Yeah?
Yeah.
Approach it. Baby, your vibe back, she jams, you still come back, you still had line. Yeah? But I'm sure it's not the same thing.
Well, it's all about that.
Like she can say this guy is harassing me.
It's possible. You have to be smart. You have to read a lot of things. You read body language. You read signs. You read attitude. You read. You have to read a lot of things. You have to be smart in that way. That once you get a sign that says no, no is no.
You
Plus,
have to tell.
Just
plus I
move
like
on,
white chicks.
right?
You like ask them straight up, like, where are we going? And she will tell you straight up.
Some of them.
What are we doing? And she will tell you straight up.
Some of them.
Yeah.
They're like the women here. They're not. The only different thing is their skin color. But besides that,
Women are women. Eh?
women are women. If they're the ones who have approached you, still use your common sense. Use your brain. Don't just
Like, gosh, that's-
don't just fall for whatever you're told, right?
Do you think they-
Just because people have different intentions. This
Even
person's
if- even
intentions
if
could be
the approach says
different.
he can jam.
Well, Seth, I don't know. This guy, he's very curious. Yeah.
No,
But you know what it takes? Sometimes you first experience something and then you learn from it.
Yeah.
So
Once bitten,
twice shy. Yeah, so you could be, if that's the plan, right? If your goal is to maybe have a white woman or like then
be your goal.
as your girlfriend or something like that, then you go and have that
The
experience.
goal should be to have a black woman, a healthy black, educated black woman.
The goal should be to have a woman that makes you happy.
Yeah. I think that's the goal. That's the
A
ultimate
black
goal.
woman that makes you happy.
In your perspective, yes. My goal is to have a woman that makes me happy, regardless of where they come from.
You like it to be a sellout.
regardless.
You know, niggas will call you a sellout.
That's their issue.
It's nobody. you know, Doctor.
He's already banned. Banned.
You know Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Umar Johnson. There's an account I follow on Twitter called No Context Dr. Umar.
Yeah. I do follow it.
Account mashes me up. It's funny.
And it
The
has
guy
very
takes
funny
about
posts.
criticism.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you, but it's crazy. It's funny.
Jesus.
But anyway, okay.
Yeah, but
How was because you've been in Canada, right? Okay, us now like, watching things from these ends, we don't know what it was like then. Like during COVID, the whole thing around the trackers and the vaccines. Did you experience any of that? Did you see anything like that?
what trackers are you talking about?
Like
So like
Okay, this
them
one-
trying to track down guys
No.
who would like, you know, this one contracted, this one was in contact with this one.
No,
Is that what you
that's
mean?
This is what I know anyway. The guys who drive the truck drivers who
The trackers
vaccinated.
protest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it like those days? Like, was it serious? Was it looked this side or?
Yeah, it was. It was. They held up traffic. I guess they did what they thought was best, in their opinion. Everybody had mixed opinions about it, about the whole COVID thing and the vaccines. So it was a difficult time for everybody. The same way, like it might have been more difficult for some countries that were hit so hard, but in Canada it was difficult. You had to get used to masking because that it wasn't the norm. We didn't really wear masks before, but then suddenly 2019 comes around, March, then
2020.
2020 March.
2020 March.
2020.
really,
Yeah.
It was 2020.
it wasn't 2019.
Because remember COVID-19.
COVID-19.
They call it COVID-19 because it started around November, December 2019.
In China.
Then it really peaked. Like,
It didn't start in January.
Yeah, but then January was
until now,
2020
January
still, yeah.
2020,
For
like
Canada and Europe, it was still
when
2020.
it started spreading, because I remember our first lockdown in Uganda was March 2020.
Yeah, you see, that's how much it has affected everybody. I can't even keep track anymore of when it started.
Time
So
really passed, yeah.
yeah, but it was a difficult time. It was personally, I was working the whole time, so having all that personal protective equipment on while you were working was difficult. You could sweat and what, but you had to keep it on as some of the rules of your employment, right? So it was tough.
Yeah, working from home.
Yeah, working from home was easier for some people. For some, it wasn't. But everybody had to adapt to their situation and just get by the best way that they could.
Right.
Yeah, but generally, it was a tough period for everybody. A lot of people died. People lost loved ones, and it's sad. It's very sad.
Did you get COVID? Did you ever get infected?
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
No, I've never got COVID.
Really?
I've never.
Oh, that's good.
What are you, how are you, how do you know this?
What do you mean, how
You've
do I
never
know?
caught COVID.
What do you mean, how do I know? Like, you can tell.
Like each time you caught flu, you went and tested and noticed it was just influenza.
No. I've always had flu, first of all.
Exactly. So how did you know?
Let's just call that allergies.
Let's just go.
Okay, yeah, but
Yes.
you guys know that I've always had flu. Right?
Yes.
What do you mean?
That's
I think those are
allergies. That's
allergies.
allergies.
If you always have flu, then you just have like
Or sinuses.
allergies, and your sinuses are like affected in a certain way, right?
So, okay, that.
Yeah.
I've always had that.
Yes.
So, and I wasn't like going out so much during COVID. I was mostly at home. Maybe I would go like for a walk, like in the evening, or like jogging, because like that was the time when everyone was fit. They could work out and become fit. But like I never ever got, because people would tell me symptoms of heavy breathing, like you feel pain in your chest. But I never got any of that ever.
See,
You never lost your sense of smell.
Never.
so COVID affected different people differently. There are people who had worse symptoms than others.
Right.
There are people who had it and they had very mild symptoms. Yeah.
True, yeah.
I noticed the people who even could not move from their beds when they got it. It depends on, I guess it all depends on your immune system.
Right.
And it depends on what kind of exposure you had, or I don't know, environmental factors.
Did it affect you so much, you personally?
Not really. It was just a few days. It was just a few days of discomfort, a bit of muscle aches, and yeah.
You lost the sense of smell and taste a little bit.
Sense of smell, no. No, I didn't lose that. But I could feel like I had the headaches, I had like the muscle aches.
Do you know how you got it?
I don't know.
You just woke up one day and stuff wasn't moving. Okay.
Oh yeah. You wake up one day and you just feel shittier than you've ever felt before. And yeah, it takes a few days for all the symptoms to wear off. And I don't think that entirely means that you're cured or like
Yeah, because you
getting
have to
rid of
keep
the virus.
testing.
Yeah.
You know,
And in that time, you can't even go to work,
I
right?
did one. I've only ever done one COVID test in my life. I was going to do a gig for someone, and
it was a prerequisite.
that we do a test, have a negative test. So that's the time I did it. Other than that, I've never done a COVID test. I've never had reason to anyway.
Yeah, and that's why I feel like you cannot conclude that you've never caught COVID.
Yeah, because it's hard to tell.
It's hard to tell. It's an influenza. It's like flu. His sources are, trust me, bro.
He's hardlining.
That's his sources.
He's hardlining. It's like
By the way, Banz, there's something I've never got. Some people go abroad and come back. Like they fail to handle their abroad life, and some people go and they want to stay. They don't want to ever do with anything to do with Uganda. They never want to come back. I'm not talking about the economic even status, like or comfort. I'm just talking, what is that makes someone want to go and they don't want to come back, and make someone go abroad and they want to come back immediately after like 1 year of or whatever, after 1 year of their study or 1 year of staying there, and they what is it? I never got it. I never tend to get it.
I've never personally asked anyone for their reason to do something like that. But my belief is that people fail to adapt. If you fail to adapt to a situation, you're not going to stay in that situation. If you go somewhere and you realize that life is difficult for you there, or you don't like it there, then you're just gonna go back to what you like, what you can manage, or what is comfortable for you.
I think that's what I want to tap into. What is that makes it difficult for you but makes it easy for me? And I'm like, I'm done with Uganda.
And I think it brings us back to what you were saying. The way
maybe weather. Is it weather? Weather could be a factor though.
It could.
And like you said, there's a way you like approach the thing, the decisions you make, and There's also
some things
like
are
other personal factors.
Some things could be legal.
Like you said, like for example, the weather. Someone
The weather, it could be legal. Someone could be deported, and maybe they don't want to say.
Another person is
they wouldn't tell you they were illegals in America. Or in Canada, they would rather say, no, America.
Someone could have committed a crime, or someone could have just missed home and they realize that life in Uganda is better, right? Because for different people, different things make life better. So someone could have a whole support system here, and over there they're by themselves and they are very lonely, they miss their family.
So life gets really hard.
Yeah, and then when you come here, maybe you stay with someone where you don't have to pay rent. That's an app.
Even you guys,
right?
Like, our rent is it's actually really what? It's really low. Like,
No, but I'm saying if you live like in a, let's say an extended family, right? An extended home whereby you're not paying rent. All you have to do is do the chores at home.
Yeah.
make yourself useful.
Make yourself useful and survive. While over there, there's no other way but you're going to have to find somewhere to stay whereby you're going to have to pay rent.
All right.
And that could not be what they want.
But it could be more than what you earn.
Exactly. And some people may just not want to go back to school because a lot of people go over there when they're adults, and the only option to get a decent job is to first go back to school.
Right.
For some people, they don't see that as a possibility, so they opt to come back. They're like, oh yeah, I already have my degree. If it's not useful here, then what am I doing here?
When you start hustling.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah, and then you come back to Uganda where your degree is useful, right? So it's a lot of factors. Those are just a few of them, but people have like various reasons why they come back. Yeah.
So what is it like when you link up with some Ugandan?
It's
Like maybe
it's good.
It's
actually interesting because when you get to meet Ugandans and then you get to speak your local language, it feels good. It feels good because it's like your home.
Yeah, you know.
It's
Most
like,
of them are like from speak your language.
Yeah, most of them are like from central Kampala,
Uganda,
or
yeah.
I mean central Uganda.
It's a really high possibility you're going to meet somebody who knows Uganda.
Yeah, so sometimes you just see someone and then you know they're from Uganda. You don't even have to talk to them, but you see them.
No. Why are you stereotyping my peoples?
I'm not stereotyping.
What do they do? What's that shit they do?
Let him explain.
What's that shit they do?
For example, I could just see someone wearing a Ugandan jersey,
Oh,
a Ugandan soccer jersey,
yeah.
a Uganda Cranes jersey, and then I see them, I see their ways, what they're doing, how they're going about their stuff, and maybe what they're saying, or maybe that I overheard them talk to someone on the phone.
Accent, just say the accent. Just
It could be the accent, yeah. It could very well be the accent.
Well, you know, like, even there are some words that we use, like let's say the guy's talking on phone and it's like Naegui.
Exactly. That's what I meant. If you listen, if you're like on the bus or like on the train and then you hear someone speaking, someone in Luganda, and then you just give them a side eye. Like, that's a Ugandan. You're like, yeah, like, oh, that person comes from where I come from. Yeah, so you see, it's and sometimes I guess they have community gatherings for Ugandans where they go and they play soccer like in the summer. Yeah, if you have time, you go and engage.
I'm actually
And
shocked
then you get to
do not speak French as well because Quebec and Toronto.
They speak French.
So
it's like a very big French.
Canada is pretty much an English-French country.
Yeah,
Those are like the
country,
two languages that are very prominent there. Yeah, but Quebec is like far. Quebec is a different province on its own.
Yeah.
And then Ontario is a different province on its own. So, like, if you reside in Quebec, you ought to speak French.
Yeah.
If you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
But it's not a requirement.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
I know.
but it makes your life easier.
Yeah.
You would survive better if you know French. But personally,
I speak so much French.
Personally, I chose not to learn French again because I tried it at in high school, secondary school. French wasn't easy for me to learn, so I was like, hell no, I'm not doing this.
French was also hard for me. Actually, one time I was the last in French. Like, I got the lowest mark.
We go like 0.2%.
It was 34.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah, French was hard for me. It was hard for me too because I think the reason why I dropped it was in Form 1 and Form 2, we had 4 separate teachers teaching the same thing. They just kept changing them like that, and I got frustrated.
The accents are different.
Because it wasn't the accents even. It was their method of teaching. We had a teacher, and then he went away because of something. Another teacher came, another guy came, and then we had this lady, the last one, and she had this system of teaching whereby she would try to explain French in French, and I'm like,
What are we doing?
what am I doing here? How am I supposed to learn French if you're explaining French in French? Try to explain in English and then translate for me in French so that I know that, oh yeah, that's what this means in English, right? But when it came to that, after the four different teachers, within a period of 2 years, I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm going to drop it. So I'm just pulling my weight just to cross the line to Form 3 where I can drop it. But I gave up.
So did you miss home?
Oh yeah.
But you,
There's a lot to miss.
But you it's like you ain't coming back, you know.
First of all, what did you miss most?
The food. When I came back, I was eating that dodo and the grains like crazy. I was like, I was just
Luombo.
Not Luombo.
Fish and genets.
just know everything that I eat here. It's the food here is way better. Yeah.
Everything is fresh.
Most things.
I think everything is fresh.
Sometimes you get dry food, like dry beans before they cook them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so since you've been back, what have you been up to?
Just catching up with friends, family.
Again, some Ugandan juice.
You just told you here the girlfriend.
Right, sorry. I'm very sorry, man.
This guy.
Ugandan juice.
He keeps probing.
Ugandan juice, man.
Well, you have fun. You go out with friends and you have a good time, and you catch a few drinks. Enjoy life. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the Ugandan music.
Do you guys listen to Ugandan music?
Oh yeah, I'm always listening to that stuff on YouTube Music.
But the clubs. I mean, the clubs, the party places.
I won't lie to you.
Yeah, they don't.
The Ugandan clubs won't. I don't think I've heard a Ugandan song being played in a club. I've heard some Nigerian music being played there, but Uganda, no.
How is the party scene though? Like, is it like as active as Kampala or?
It's not.
But it's there.
It's active, but for a limited time because
Kampala
over there clubs close at like what was it, 1 or 2.
Why? What do they be doing with the rest of the 3 hours?
You have to sleep so you can go to work tomorrow.
So they go to work tomorrow.
It's the system.
I was in the bird till 5, and I have.
Are you proud of yourself?
This guy.
The violence.
It's
back.
It's how the system has been designed so that people work different shifts. Some people work night shifts. Some people work like weekends. So there's nothing like, oh yeah, weekend is for chilling. Nah, people work weekends. So a lot of people work weekends and different shifts, various shifts. So I think they set the system that way for people to be able to go back to work to get enough rest time and probably be able to wake up and go to work. Because
Uganda, people start work at 9.
Yeah, plus
That's when it rains in the morning. We'll be like,
plus
it has rained.
It also helps. It also helps to avoid like a lot of people being on the road in the wee hours of the night, right? Yes, because you see it here. You find someone passed out on the street, and you're like, what the hell happened to this person? Because they had a long night.
Most day.
I've been in Umbale recently, and
you actually seemed like you were tired of Mbale from what you tweeted.
Yeah, it wasn't. Anyway. But like, I was really surprised. Even at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
There are not so many people on the street, which is just like blew my mind because Kampala 5 p.m.
It's the capital.
People already like moving. If you want to have breakfast at 6, you find food ready.
It's the capital.
There are places where you find food. Yeah, but I know, but if, for example, the Mbalis want to come up and their cities now, cities are supposed to be like business houses. People get up early and sleep late. That's just the way active cities are.
Yeah.
So it really surprised me that
cities don't sleep. Cities don't sleep.
Because sometimes you want to, say you want to head to the field early. You wake up. You're out of maybe your place by like 7, so you expect to have breakfast and then And there's not a breakfast, there's not a food ready. You reach a restaurant, they tell you,
That's true.
You can take a call.
That's what stuff. When you start making your own breakfast at home. Or you start preparing your tea at night, put it in a flask and just
became an option. After some time we realized that it's actually better to if you really want to
prepare your food the night before, have it in a container in the fridge, and then
if you go to look for something to eat, say at 9 p.m. 10, very hard. Very hard. So they need to step up.
Banz, I'm happy that you actually play tennis. How did the news of Serena Williams retiring, how did it hit you? What did you make of it?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't know she had retired.
For real?
I'm being honest.
When did she retire?
She retired.
It's
a month ago.
It's recent. So.
Yeah, it's very recent though.
And it wasn't.
But now that you know, what does it make of you? What do you make of such information?
First of all, did you admire her as a tennis star? Was she someone you looked up to?
I did, yeah. I admired her, her skill, and it brings a lot of light to, I guess, the black people who play tennis, and it's very inspirational. But retiring is just part of life, right? You have to sort of pave way for other stars to also shine. Having been a star, you inspire, and then when your time comes, you just pave way for other people to also have that spotlight. Because there are young people who are very upcoming, right? For example, in Canada, there's this girl who's, I don't know, I think she might be 20 now, but she started playing when she was 18 and she was good. Can you imagine? You're 18 and you're kicking ass, you're beating people who are 30-something. Yeah, so that's...
Raducanu? Naomi?
No, Bianca Andreescu. Yeah,
Bianca
but
Andreescu.
Yeah.
Rescue. The name is the name.
Andreescu.
And
It's Italian.
Andreescu, the whole name.
Yeah.
I thought Bianca and.
No. It's Italian. It's Italian. So. Yeah. So
she's Italian Canadian, or I don't know.
I believe so. I didn't really dig about that, but I know she started her career when she was about maybe even 16. But by the time I found out about her that she was winning a tournament and all that, it was around when she was 18. So generally, you say Serena, right? Serena retiring doesn't affect me. I'm just glad she had a good career, right? Because that's what you want. You have a good career and then you retire when your name is built a good reputation for itself, right?
And when I look all around her and what all she did, and there's no black girls out there still doing the same work she did. Okay, there's one or two, I think, in top 40. I'm talking about seeded women. Top 40, there's only one black woman. I felt like maybe she would walk.
Wasn't interested in
tennis.
That's very true. It could be very true because what I noticed, just a personal observation, what I noticed is that a lot of black women are engaged in track and field.
That's true.
Yeah, track and field events.
I think more.
Yeah, because track and field events, I guess, track and field is sort of our thing as black people. Black people like that kind of stuff because we excel in it. So I guess...
and it's so easy for us because we don't have to invest anything to practice. It's so easy. All we have to do is get a pitch and run around it.
I mean, if you're doing it professionally...
we just have to get a pitch and run around it.
Yeah, in record time.
If you're doing it professionally, then you might have to invest time.
No, of course you invest time.
Yeah.
But I mean is unlike other games, we're talking pole vault. We're talking about
golf.
We're talking about golf. Even tennis.
Yeah, you have to buy a tennis racket.
You have to make sure you have some time at Lugogo.
Like football, you have to have boots. You have to have maybe boots are not that.
Yeah.
But maybe you need certain kind of training.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's true.
There is this thing I was just saying this guy is doing, where you say like this thing of pulling a tire, running, like
Exactly.
speed and things like that. Like,
Putting stuff around you, this umbrella that comes on behind you to increase the resistance when you're like running to make
so
sure you're a
if
better
you find a guy
sprinter.
like from say Africa, he's really good. He has a skill. He can dribble. He can shoot.
Yeah.
But maybe he can't run that fast, and these
He
guys
does.
can just run faster.
Yeah, it's just called conditioning.
Faster
It's just-
than you and
the
they are
conditioning,
more
now that's where the money comes in.
Exactly.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
That's where the money comes in.
Someone might have the ability, but when their skill hasn't been like their body has not been conditioned,
Yeah.
given the right tools to excel, right? So once you have those tools, you excel even more.
I remember I used
That's
to be
true.
a sucker for that, like
Yeah.
fitness.
Mm.
I think you're the only guy I know who. Okay, not the only guy I know. Okay, maybe I knew who used to jog, like at campus.
We tried.
As the rest of us were just munching and swallowing Rolexes.
We tried. We used to jog as a whole.
Yeah,
A whole of residence.
Yeah, but you know, that was culture.
Just to make noise for Makerere. and-
Yeah, but I think I saw you many a time in the evening when you're trying to do your thing at the beach as well.
And used to like
Sometimes.
the workouts as well.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
The things you can invest in your 30s, the most thing is like health, and that's the best thing you could
Oh yeah,
invest in. Yeah,
like,
I would
as you
say-
approach the
I think you are
number
doing a
3,
good thing. Yeah.
yeah.
the third floor. It's really important to, like they say, like
Are you
mental
guys
health, physical health.
are you guys there yet?
Hey, we are reaching. We are
We're
reaching.
reaching. We're almost there. We're almost entering the thing, man.
You're welcome.
And one thing they emphasize is having great sex. Like as a
Okay,
When you reach
the
there,
sex thing, I don't know.
you have to have great
The
sex.
sex thing, I don't know. But
Okay, maybe okay. Like I've like guys have like suggested.
Eh.
Guys have like suggested.
yeah, of
so
course,
much,
most deaf.
But some of the things that stand out.
Yeah.
Sex is healthy.
Yeah, sex is healthy.
It is, yeah.
The unfortunate bit is when you're giving her 2 minutes. Let's say.
2 minutes are sufficient.
They are not.
No, niggas be like.
Anyone tells you that, it's a lie.
Yeah, I know, niggas be like, but you see,
No.
me I will come. Telling their woman like, me I will come. You also come.
You also sort yourself.
You also let everyone sort themselves. Like you're sure. I will not.
But the goal of sex is to make sure everybody enjoys, right? Like the two parties
the goal
enjoy.
of sex is to produce children.
I mean, there are several goals of sex. Sometimes just for enjoyment.
All this other stuff is you guys just made it up to enjoy life.
There's a difference between having sex and making love. So I won't divulge. Like I won't go too much into it, but
I know.
let's just say 2 minutes is not worthy.
Yeah, 2 minutes. It's like taking a 2-minute shower.
Yeah, you're not clean.
Yeah, but
No way.
what is that you think about when you're like trying to nut but you don't want to nut? Like what is that you try to channel your mind to?
Let's not talk about this.
Oh no, come on. Okay, please help me because it's been
Maybe-
Liverpool.
Why do
It's been
you
Liverpool
want to talk about nutting? What is wrong with you?
because I'm trying not to nut in 2 minutes, big man.
Just go and talk to us. Saying
Okay,
No!
I'll just give you a little bit
It's-
of advice.
Yeah.
You need to do your foreplay.
Most deaf.
If you've done your
Don't
foreplay
just
properly,
dive in.
it will take even more than 2 minutes. And by the time you get to the main dish, after you've dealt with the starters, by the time you get to the main dish, the person is asking you themselves to do the business. But I'll leave it at that. That's a little piece of advice for you.
Seth is asking this stuff as if he doesn't know.
No,
He's wasting our time.
no, actually. No, by the way, guys.
Oh, man.
I'm just being honest. But I think about like let's say Mo Salah like crossing on the left flank, trying to like cover ball in there. It helps me not nut. Like,
Yeah, Seth, let's not talk about this right now.
All right.
Yeah.
We shall engage.
We shall talk about this later. You can.
I know you
can ask for
got
notes.
I know you all got more tricks under your sleeves, but you don't want to let me know. But it's okay. Let's go back and
But you're going to pay.
But you're going to pay. So this is advice is not free.
Yeah. Okay.
Because this could be your life changer.
Okay, if you don't wish me a good marriage, it's okay. It's okay. Tell with your advice.
That manipulation doesn't work. Right? You want something, you pay.
He's trying to think. Anyway, we'll move on.
Let's move on.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Also, one thing I don't know, like I want to ask you, who has been in Canada? Like say as we observe from this side, we just see on social media, watch online.
Yeah.
The thing of the identity politics, this pronouns and things like that. Is it like really that serious, or it's exaggerated on the internet?
So I would say it's starting to get serious.
Because I know Canada has one of those big pride parades after Brazil.
Yeah.
Have you attended the pride parade?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't attended one, but it's the whole pronouns thing is. I've started to see it professionally. For example, on LinkedIn, you'll see that when they want you to set up your profile, they'll ask you to state your pronouns. And on some, I guess, social media platforms, they might ask you that. But also there are people who will introduce themselves and they'll say that to you. But like, these are my pronouns. I would prefer, actually, I would like for you to address me as such. So if you don't respect that, they are not going to respect you as a person. So if you expect to interact with them, then that's how you're going to address them, right?
Do you think it is what can I call it? Do you think it is does it make sense? Like someone says, so if the guy says, I want to be called they. Does it okay, from your perspective, because you've interacted with these people, I've not interacted with people who want to change their pronouns so a lot. Actually, I don't think I have. But you who has, is it like you when you like you say, like how we were talking about when you talk to a girl, you can see the body language and and if she's serious or she's hard to get. So when you talk to these people, do you think they're being serious, or
I know they're being serious.
Just playing around?
I know they're being serious.
The only issue I have with them is
because anyone who's not being serious, they won't bring it up. They'll just tell you, "Oh, my name is so and so," and they won't bring up the whole pronouns thing. They'll just tell you their name, or like. But someone who's serious about it, they'll specifically hint on their what? Not hint. They'll specifically mention their pronouns, so you can address them as such. But I don't object it, because I believe it's their right.
Yeah.
If your name is Mark Tisma, you want to be called that. Why should I come and call you Seth?
Yeah, I know.
Right.
But also, you see, like the English language. The English language is it's pretty limited. That brings us now back to the gender
Identity.
issue. Yeah, gender identity thing, where someone, say if you're a male.
Yeah.
And I think this is the pronoun thing is mostly with the transgenders, right? Or it's even because if someone says he's male but he's female, that's transgender. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So like the pronouns thing is mostly among what? Among transgenders, I assume. So like I said, the English language is limited. If a guy is a male, it's him, he, his, right? If it's a chick, female, her, hers, whatever. So That's what I'm saying. Does it like make sense for someone? For example, it says they, yet they is associated with plural, them, and whatever else everyone else is coming up with.
It's very intricate.
Well, this is a sensitive and difficult topic. I am not a qualified professional in these matters, but I believe that the fact that they identify as such is because maybe they haven't chosen one or the other. They've chosen to have both, right? And depending on where you are, for example, in Canada, people's rights allow them to identify as such. So you have to respect people's rights. So you can't just object and be like, no, you're not female, you're male. You can't say that because it's them, right?
You can't say you're not female, you're male. But anyway, I get it, but I don't get it. I don't know if that makes sense.
So it's perplexing.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. To me, it's. I feel like.
Yeah, you'd have to talk to like someone who has studied this on a different level than me. I haven't studied it at all. Like I've heard of it. I've gotten some exposure to it, but yeah.
Like you said, it's a really sensitive topic.
Yeah, yeah. It's not something that I'm a pro on, so I won't speak much about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's distracting you.
So many girls in my DMs.
Your DMs are dry. Your DMs are dry.
Can we just can we just go and max the weekend and enjoy? I want to take all you guys for a drink or anything you want to eat or some.
You've had
this guy.
You've had him. He's taking us for a drink.
Anything you
as
want
long as you're paying, I don't object.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay.
So anyway, you are talking about since you've been back, you've been checking on your family, friends, and how are they? Especially family, because they don't have to get along without.
Yeah, people are good. People are like generally good. I'm not going to say extremely good, but you know how people are. People are getting by, doing what they have to do. Yeah, life is just how it is, ups and downs. You deal with them how they come to you, but generally people are good. Yeah, obviously,
everyone we host on the podcast sometimes who is from this region, we tend to ask what's the totem and clan. Yeah, just for the record, we tend to ask.
You can ask.
So, Banadda, Obera Wani, Ovawa.
We're not going to go too much into detail. I'll tell you my clan and my totem, and we'll leave it at that.
All right, that's okay.
I try and track down his answers.
we want to make sure that some chicks are not, some chicks who are probably his sisters are not like saying, "Oh my God, this guy sounds so nice. I want to meet him." Just to make sure.
Why do you keep trying to set up this nigga?
No, but just for the record, I think we can just know his totem and clan. That's Kawa. I think that's okay.
I think Seth told some babe that I have a summer friend or some shit like that. Because the guy keeps trying to.
But it's also not bad to touch that shit. No, I'm joking, Banz. Yeah, but the totem and clan is what?
I'm going to first do some research here, but my clan is Fumbe clan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and wait, I don't have to do research. The totem, I think, is a frog. Yeah.
If you met a sister in Canada, you can't do shit. You cannot.
Let me ask you this,
A sister?
Like from the same Fumbe clan.
The thing of clan I get. But the totem thing I don't understand really well. Like, what is totem and all that?
To be honest, I don't really know what the significance of the totem, but I know the clan just pretty much helps you identify with a certain distinction within the tribe. and it just helps you know who is of your tribe, who is who is of your clan, and in my culture, you can't marry someone from your clan.
I think in all cultures.
No.
You would be surprised.
I think in Western Uganda it's okay.
I have no idea, but all I know is that
The good thing you
cultures differ,
you
so
tell us.
you might be surprised.
Yeah, it's okay to marry someone from the same clan.
So you can chew your sister.
No, it's not as so. Here makes it
Mark.
Okay,
we are
that is just crazy.
no, it's not incest.
Yeah, so
Okay, but okay, let me not just get there. Okay, like your this third cousin. I don't know, like what are the rules? I need to know where my boundaries.
No,
yeah, tell the man.
No, the rules of this clan thing are not like so
Strict.
strict.
As in Uganda.
Yeah, like as in Buganda, and plus they were lucky. Me, I always feel like it's just like Squeezy told us last time. The times that were reigning, maybe at the time when such and such a king, he established such rules. Now, for us, we were lucky that we didn't have. Islam is not like a lot in Western Uganda. It's not like big, so you're likely to see few kiddos or few women, one man, and you're likely
to
to
see also the thing of like those rules. Like we're talking about those rules. They tell like don't cover someone from your clan. There's a reason why.
Oh, of
There
course,
must
of
be a
course.
reason why, especially
The reasons why I think it was like so much. You'd probably meet your sister without even knowing, because fathers then had like 32 kids. It's so possible. You go to Luwero, you show your sister the way.
Yeah, you show your sister.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it's been good having you here, Banz.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's been good to be here.
Talking to you, trying to find out about how things have been,
Yeah.
catching up. Of course, we are going to continue catching up after here. And yeah, great to have you back.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I was, I guess, I didn't expect this to happen, but I guess it happened. So, yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. This is what we came for.